Hello, and welcome to Trash Can Performance. This is where we do performance parts on a trash can, and if they don't turn out how we like them to, like if the vehicle don't make any power when we're finished doing all this hard finger bleeding work, then we throw them in the trash can. Now they'll be fine. I want to show you guys this. Anybody that has these dove heads know, well, if you've had them off and looked at them, you would know that right in here up on the roof they have a big vein, and I'm just showing you can actually take that all the way out. It's like a bump. I'm calling it a vein. It's a bump right here, and it comes up. So I'm just showing you guys you can take that all the way out. And this is about as far as you'd want to go with your pouring. As you can see, I knocked the guide down on the top, and I've showed this before, but I'm trying to show what I can here to someone that may be doing the same thing. So you don't want to push this any further than this, is my point. And here's the thing, if you get carried away like I did here, what happens, you get close to the danger zone right here, and it's hard to round this off. So you either want to live with a nice port breathing out this way, or you got to worry about sharp edges. So after you get this shape like this here, what you want to do is just taper it in with a sanding roll or something that's not going to be too aggressive, because you don't want to cut through here because it gets hollow right in here. So this is what we're up to as of right now. Are you tired of seeing me work on these heads yet? Well, I'm tired of working on them. Doesn't seem like I get much done. Probably because I'm not, because I get too fussy. My friend John, I've told you about him a few times, my Mopar friend. He'll stop by, and I've told you this story probably a dozen times. I'll say, cuz, them heads were done the last time I saw him. I mentioned that to him again the other day, and we laugh about that all the time. I guess you have to be there. It's his personality and the way he says it. But I had a wonderful day today. Out here, 90 degrees, which isn't bad. There's a breeze, so I'm getting something done. But the best thing that happened to me today, and this is sarcasm, is that I had a very nice person empty my bank account out. And yeah, I'm in the red because some scammer, you got me, buddy. But God will work it out for me, because he always does. But I'm going to tell you, scammer something. Whoever does this kind of stuff, which chances are you're probably not seeing this, because I have all decent people, it seems like, on my channel. And I'm not just saying that to be nice. That's just most of the guys I talk to and interact with. I don't know them personally, but I can tell pretty well between the lines. Really decent people, and I have them here. Chances are they've been ripped off too, whoever watches this, because there's a lot of it going on. But I will say this is my preaching for today, and I need some preaching myself. But there used to be a show on the air, and Big Arthur used to say, God will get you for this. Well, we're going to be judged one day, and you will be judged whether you believe or whether you don't. You will be judged. Anybody that does this kind of stuff, I can't pay my credit card right now because I have no access to my bank account, and it's due. They just called me on the phone, so now my credit is going to be messed up because I can't pay my bill, which that's what that money was in there for. It was for my insurance bill, my credit card bills, and that's what that money was in that account for. So I want to thank you, Mr. Scammer, for that. But like I said, God will work it out for me. I had something I was going to add to that, but my mind went blank because I got a little sidetracked. I got bugs flying around me here, and that's the only thing, doing stuff outside like this here. Every time you work on something, if you notice, you can walk around outside, but the minute you do work, you start getting attacked by gnats and bugs, especially if you spray paint something. Oh, they come out in swarms. If you try to paint something, guys, how many of y'all has done that? You ever painted something? Be not a bug around. The minute you spray paint something, they'll fly right into your wet paint. I guess I mentioned that. That's nothing to do with what I'm talking about here, but trying to get out of the sun here. But getting back to the heads, I keep getting more and more unsatisfied every time I do the heads. I think, they look pretty good. They're good enough. They're twice as good as they were. They're good enough to make 600 horsepower and the whole malarkey things I know about these heads. With what you have to do to make the vehicle run is already done. That the important part is above and beyond what I've seen in the past on some vehicles that run pretty well, and these heads are a little extreme compared to them. I did a few things up inside that I haven't shown with the intake because it doesn't show up on camera. I changed the design. I made it more flat on the floor and things like that, but it's not drastic. It's just things I like what I saw when I was blowing air through it and watching the metal blow through the port, and the little things that I do. Nothing major, but maybe something that will help it, and I surely hope it's not something that will hurt it. But I think the way that air moves around the valve, when you have a way of looking at what's going on and you happen to blow through the head and you watch the old dust blow out around the guide and where that has tendency to move, that helps me out. That's one of the things I've always gone by, and it helps me with the heads. We'll see if it helps me with these heads, because the minute you get confident, then it seems like life teaches you a lesson. So we'll see if what I did here works out for the best. So then, after I'm done with these heads, we're going to move into finding my valves for these heads, because I put them up where I would find them and kept everything together, and I can't find them. So I gotta dig and hope I can find my valves and the springs, because everything's together, all nice and neat. So we'll see if I get lucky and I get over at the garage and go through my little corner mess I have over there and dig through and see if I can find the stuff. If I can't find it, then I'm in a little bit of trouble, because my bank account's empty. I can't buy anything. So, here's what I was going to say about the bank. Why is it if I go over and I've exceeded my limit, my money's out of the bank, how come I can't take another $100 out, but yet a scammer can take another $300 after the bank is after my account's completely emptied out? Why is that? I don't understand that one, Mr. Banker. So I'd like somebody to explain that, why a scammer can put me in the red $300 over what I had in my account And if I try to go $1 over my account, it might give me $1 over if I buy soda or a hamburger. But they just let you go over a little bit just so they can charge you that fee that they want to charge you. And that's about it. So anyway, that's my exciting day there. And the good part is this takes around a week or 10 days to straighten out. So I'm just putting this out there in case somebody else has anything like this happen. There is hotlines you can call, and there's a couple hotlines set up. Now, I will say this: if it wasn't for the fraudulent hotline calling us, which we thought was a scam, they're the ones that notified us that something was wrong, because somebody tried to make, well, they did make purchases out of Wawa, and they knew that it was in an area we don't shop at. But people do travel, so. But we thought the hotline calling us was a scam, which, because they do things like that too. They'll pretend that you have a problem and they'll call you up. But these people don't only ask you for your name, and if you're in that area making a purchase, they don't ask you for your bank account. They don't ask you for anything else but your name, and to make sure that if it's you in that area making a purchase. But so I want to let you guys know that. It's a terrible thing when you have to worry about your own money in a secure account. Secure? Evidently not. But anyway, what am I going to call this video? Terry's complaints, or 460 heads, still working on them? I don't know. Maybe I'll call it loud distracting radio in the background. Yep. Maybe I'll call it that. Every video you get a distraction when it comes to Terry's videos. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in and staying with me on this. There's not a lot happening right now. I'm not at the garage. It's just me talking. It's kind of more incentive to watch a video when you have the car parts laying there and the hot rods are around. When it's just Terry flapping his jaws, it's not very entertaining. Except you get to look at this handsome face right here, and you know who wouldn't like that? So, you know, that's a reason in itself maybe to tune in, but I don't know. Who, you know, I'm kind of self-centered when it comes to that, so just kidding. Anyway, fellas, I want to thank you for tuning in, and hang in there. Maybe in a few days I can get to the garage here and finish these heads up and move into finding the valves for them, and after that we have a lot of other things to line up for this engine, so we'll be going over that. There's no sense me talking about it now. I'd rather show you. Thanks everybody for hanging in there with me and your interest, and have a good day, and God bless you. Even you, Mr. Scammer, God bless you.